Hi guys. Um, got up this morning, got some things going, put some things on. I'm going to go down and dye now. Believe it or not, I haven't been able to. We're covered in pollen. But to prove that I actually am doing something, I know I showed you guys the new Seasons in a Jar, and it's the Halloween one. I've already started picking out colors and started one corner. I'm trying to keep the colors close to the same so you can reuse some of the threads that you've got since they're small. Hi, Greg. So far I've gotten this corner. Excuse me for... We're still doing it on the sea glass, but started. Anyway, so we have the black tulip on the corners, and I'm using charcoal for the black. I use the pumpkin seed for this one little pumpkin guy, and orange brick for the pumpkin, and we're going to use, I think it's snowflake for the ghost. So now I'm in a dilemma because she really has this wonderful poison green color for the one pumpkin. So I'm playing with three different things because I'm fighting my instinct to want to put a red on there. So you guys will have to bear with me. But I'm thinking of using either the, can't really see it as well. I'm moving it in the bag. I'm being bratty. The camouflage green, which would be interesting between these guys. I know this is really, I'm unprofessional anyway. I'm here to make you guys laugh. I love the green apple, but I'm sort of thinking it's sort of like all in the same, what are we looking for? Value. So it's not popping for me. Then I was like, hey, if we can't have red, we could go a little weird and wild because people really love these turquoisey pumpkins. So, hi, Lori. Thanks for joining us. So we might end up with this turquoisey color because hi Julie, or Julia, the hat and the pumpkin, you like the darker green. That's a good idea. That one popped out at me because that was the camouflage green, and that one came up. So that might. The only thing that I'm wondering about is that I may change it to the, use the pumpkin seed on the hat. Now, my other thing with the hat is it's not showing up as well on here, but there is a huge difference between the black tulip and the charcoal. And don't know if you guys know the term. It's called, hi, Pauline. It's called tweeding. So I hate putting things in and taking them out. So I've been putting the two threads together and laying them against each other. But I'm thinking of possibly using, I'm sorry, I did something in my hair is all messy. I always mess up my hair. And I will wash my hands and I won't touch you guys. I'm thinking of tweeding and using the black tulip and the charcoal so the hat. Hi, Marina. Marianne? I'm sorry, Marina. If I'm mispronouncing your name, you can just slap me. I'm so sorry. Hi, Paula. But anyway, I'm just a little worried that if I use the charcoal, it's going to be just really this one big black dark spot there. But I don't want to add another dark color. So I'm going to possibly look at, like I said, tweeding, using one charcoal and one black tulip. Or I might just use one strand of charcoal and see how that works. But I think tweeding it might be the thing. And so then I'll have to decide if I'm going to use the dark green. Hi, Tammy. The dark green that we just talked about. That I think you just pushed me in that direction of using the camouflage and putting that there. Because that's really going to make tweeding. Okay, Julia, I'll tell you what tweeding is. I think that green is really going to work. I have to see how it looks against the charcoal. Tweeding is, there's two things. It's a terminology mostly used in needlepoint, and it's basically either taking a thread and cutting it, especially like a hand-dyed thread, and flipping it when you cut it and you pull the plies out and you flip it, instead of having both ends that come directly out of your skein together, you flip it so you would have the different colors and it's not as intense. Also, tweeding can mean when you're taking two colors and two threads from different skeins and two colors and putting them together, and then it's combining them and making another color. And so you can take a light and a dark and take the intensity down from the colors. And since these are hand dyed and do vary, tweeding could possibly work, but both. One, I don't really want to stitch the black tulip against the outline. You've been doing it and didn't even know the name of it. Yeah, it's a really old term. Hi, Paula. Pola. Sorry, can't even say that right. I'm really losing it, guys. It's a really, really old term, and since I'm old, thanks for laughing with me. It's a term they used a lot in needlepoint. Now people just say flip it. They don't use the term, but it was more proper to. Plus, I think you tried to show off how much you knew, because I'm older than dinosaurs, so that was a thing that we would use with terminology. But yeah, it is called tweeding. And like I said, it would work, and it works really great. Like, a lot of people like to, I don't know the difference between British, American, whatever. When I do my cross stitches, I do them as I go, eat the whole complete stitch. There's some people who like to go slant this way and then come back and go over. When you're using variegated threads, if you don't flip them or... I understand, Julia. There are some cross stitch people that did it, but needlepoint people tend to be a little more precise. And I'm a needlepointer at times and the needlepoint teacher, so I'm trying to. I'm not insulting anyone. It's not anything I would not say to myself. Hi, Lura. Or Luru. I'm sorry. I'm mispronouncing everybody's name. I'm just gonna say hi to everyone and not even say your name. Just hi, and you know who you are. Anyway, we were talking about tweeding, which is really flipping the thread. And that's a dilemma that I'm running into on doing the Seasons in a Jar, because the charcoal that I have is really dark, and I don't want this big black blob there for the hat. So I'm thinking, and I don't want to introduce another color, so I'm thinking of taking these two colors, which is the black tulip and the charcoal, and using one strand of one and one strand of the other. And that's called, in needlepoint land and some cross stitch land, it's in stitching land, but people don't totally use it. It's called tweeding. So people say flipping. And like I was saying, like when you use a variegated thread and you like to stitch all your slants one way and come back, doing that is really great for the thread, because then that keeps it from looking like you're doing lines. Another thing you can do if you don't want to flip your threads is when you're using a variegated and you're stitching in big areas, is to stitch a little bit here, maybe not in a square, but just sort of stitch in an irregular organic shape, and then take some thread from another part of the skein, and like cut different lengths and then pull some strands from another part of the skein and stitch around it, and then that will help you not get blobs of color that you sometimes can get with variegated threads, depending on the variegation. Just moving it around where you stitch it, and that it's just playing with. It's like playing with paint. Hi, Carol. I can say your name. I haven't been able to say anyone else's name that's come on, but that helps keep blobs of space. But think of your thread as a paint. and moving it around and using the dark and light. And also it would be like cutting, even using different, just not just the one area you cut and do what I said, the tweeding or the flipping. You could take two areas of the thread and cut them the same length and then pull threads from both of those and put them together. Hi, Jan. So that would help with giving it some dimension, changing the color around and not getting blobs. Because that's where some people, one, it is a little more expensive to use a hand dyed, but two, people get frustrated because they're stitching and this one whole area, they don't, it gets concentrated in one area, or you get the striping and you're very frustrated and that's not the look you were looking for. So the way to help stop that is like doing what I'm saying is flipping it or taking two colors and adding them together so you can get another color, because that's what your threads are. It's like painting or decorating with pencil or pen. It's just another form of color with your art form, which, ladies and gentlemen, you're artists when you're doing this. So you're a textile artist. I've named you. I've given you terms. Poof, I've made you one. So anyway, again, I've already started, so you guys know at least I'm doing something, not sitting around doing nothing. And I'm working on organizing my trims and also listing, and I'm getting ready to go down. I have a couple orders, waiting for some linen, but I am going to, hi, Miss Deborah. I am going to dye. First thing I'm going to dye is, I think it's Holly Request. I have a young lady that wants to do the yellow submarine and wasn't enamored with the linen that they called for, but she wanted something that still was in a blue and had a little murkiness to it. So Holly's Request is a dark blue-black color. It's got a little greenish overtones. So we're going for that. And we came up with the linen count she wants, so that's the first one I'm going to do. And then I've got to come up with 2 new colors, which may not be today because I'm not sure if I'm going to experiment mode, but I'm trying to come up with a color that's just barely got a blue on it, but I'm looking probably more on a charcoal blue. And then I've got to match a green. And then I've got some other orders to go, and I'm trying to get everything out as fast as I can. And again, if you guys need something, because I know we're all trying the best we can. If you don't see it on my Etsy, ask. I know some people that are still trying to ship, or I can see if I can order something, because I know we're all, we're having an emergency. We're sitting around doing what we can, but no, I'm being serious. If you guys need something, just ask, and it doesn't always necessarily need to be a stitching thing. You never know who can direct you to something you need. We all need since we can't hug each other, I am hugging you. You can't see my arms going all the way around my phone. I'm giving you a nice hug. Even though we have our own DNA in our house, some of us are by ourselves, unfortunately, or fortunately. But just reaching out, saying hi to someone. I'm talking to people more than I normally do. I'm not a big phone person. But just reaching out, making sure everybody's okay. I'm not on Facebook and stuff as much as I can. I just can't be. I'm trying to catch up. And like I said, it seems like when you're quarantined, you would think that you would be having more time, but I'm still having to do the grocery run. I'm doing the postal run, staying as much as I can to dumping everything in the box. Sometimes I have to do that, go inside and drop it off because I use stamps.com, and I have a FedEx going out hopefully tomorrow, so I'll have to go and do that. But even though you like the people, hopefully, that you're in the house with, we're very social animals. And then some people just need a hello. This is all overwhelming. So keep it up, guys. Say hi to people. Send notes. Sending letters are great. Check on our friends that we're not able to check on as much. What I was saying, there's something about finding a bear. Some people are putting teddy bears in their door windows or something. I think kids are going on bear hunts or some sort of, can't have Easter egg hunts. So my neighborhood's older, so no one has really passed anything around or said anything, but I know that I'm on a closed group, and there's some subdivisions that there's some younger moms on there, and they're talking about people that are putting stuffed animals in their windows. And then I think there's one where you're putting colored shapes in your windows. I think it was a green, yellow, and red or something like that. I don't know all the colors. I know green means I'm okay, everything's fine. Yellow may mean I may need something. I need, I don't know what it was. And I know red it's an emergency, but go on, Google it. I'm quite sure it shows up somewhere. But people are putting colors in their window, especially compromised people or older people you can't get in their houses, and they're letting their neighbors know, I might need someone to go to the grocery store for me, or I'm fine. So just check that out and see if that's something that's going on, and if you need that to implement that in your neighborhood. I know, and the other thing we think of is our little furry friends. Apparently some SPCAs and some other places are trying to help people if you aren't able to find food or afford food for your animals. So your animals, you are able to keep them and not think of giving them up because the shelters can't take them in. So, I mean, I've gone from tweeting thread to giving you guys animal lectures. You have a bear in your window so the kids can see it when they're driving by? Let me see more about this. When it says see more. Okay, come on. Phone, work with me. So they're looking for the bears. Cool, Lori. Thanks for confirming that. Hi, Connie. So you're joining us. I'll go through some of this really quick and then I'll be gone. But Lori confirmed that people are putting teddy bears in their windows and the kids are doing bear hunts because you can't do Easter egg hunts. So I'm in a cul-de-sac. No one really comes in here. So and I'm not going to be doing that, I don't think. But I was also saying, Connie, like some people are putting up colors. You may want to Google it or look on Facebook. And they're setting up deals with their neighbors, especially the older ones or compromised ones. There's I think there's only 3 different colors, but it indicates they either need help, they're fine. They may need someone to go to the grocery store, contact me. But Connie, you've been stitching a while, so you may know this, but I'll go over it really quick. But to let you guys know, this is the Halloween in a jar, the seasons in a jar. And I'm trying to keep to some of the colors we've used so we don't have to do too many, but I'm going to be putting a hat in the corner, and the charcoal is really, really dark. So I was like, that's going to be a huge color there. So it's called Tweeding, but I think I'm going to do that, where I'm going to mix the one strand of the black tulip with one strand of the charcoal. We'll find out if that works. And then I think it was Lori. Lori's like the winner of the day that helped. And I think we're going to use the camouflage. Thank you, Julia. Yep, thanks. And I won't be long. I'm gone too. I'm right behind you. But using the camouflage on there. So I'm working on getting the strawberry straight to do the make it and take it. Any of you guys that were going to the PSS retreat that we've had to reschedule, we're doing that sale on Thursday at, whatever the 3rd and 4th is. I have no idea what day it is anymore. But we have a closed one that all the retreat people are going to go to. And mine is going to be on my Etsy. So if you say, go to my Etsy, and if you want to order anything, put that you're from the PSS retreat, and I will do a little surprise. I'm not letting anyone know. Everyone may get something different. Hi, Miss Betsy. I'm getting ready to leave as you're coming on. It's no offense. But then we're having an open one. And I know that Lee Hayes supposedly is having if you buy anything from him, I think it's just buying. I don't know if it's just a giveaway or what, but he has a giveaway going on his, if you were going the PSS retreat, and then it's people, I think, open to the public on the other one. I'll try to get everything to you so everyone will know. But I will be seeing you guys. Bye. And as usual, I'm saving this and I'll be publishing it. So have a great day. And if I have more stuff, you'll see me again.